congratulations, like I told you before. I'm so glad that you finally did the video. That's a lot of stuff to put together. I applaud you even more for putting the links in the sidebar, because you know that people are going to be like, where'd you get that information? So, kudos to you. I did want to throw out a few of my experiences as far as friends and family and the industry has gone down, my weight has gone up. I have had issues with eating, and my family has seen it, and I've dealt with the opposition. I am totally happy. I'm eating stuff that's really healthy, and I'm receiving opposition from her, from other family members, from coworkers, and I'll say I do get a lot of positive feedback. But I see what you're saying, and it's so true. And it's so funny because I had commented on one of your videos when you had said that you wanted to make the "They Want You Fat" video. I said, oh, I'm pretty sure I know who they are. And I had half of the equation, and you were right, because you said that the other half would surprise me. And I didn't really expect for you to say friends and family, although it clicks. Anyway, so I also want to talk about, just add on to some things that you were saying about the food industry. I should probably just turn off my music, but I get bored. Okay, this is good. As far as the food industry goes, okay guys, this is for Christina and for anyone else who wants to watch. The economy. The economy is doing bad for a number of reasons. I'm not an economist, so I'm not going to get into it. American economy is about consumerism. It's about how much profit we can make. It's about how many jobs we can provide. And what's behind that? Where do the jobs come from? Well, they come from demand, right? Who demands things? Consumers. You and I are consumers, right? What do we consume? We consume food, clothes, cars, you name it. In a good economy, we have high employment rates, we have high profit, high demand, high supply. Everything is good, right? That's what keeps the wheel going. Well, what stops it? It's when people learn that maybe they don't need that car, or maybe they don't need those new clothes. Then maybe Macy's isn't having as many sales as it did last month. Maybe they have to let someone go, and then someone else is let go, and that person who was let go now doesn't have any money to go and get clothes at another Macy's, or to go get clothes at Walmart. So then those people at Walmart are laid off because the demand is going down, 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 because people are seeing that certain things aren't as necessary as people would think that they would be in a high economy. So right, someone you know out there has been laid off. People that I know have. So now they're watching their money. Suddenly, they don't need that new car. They don't need those new clothes. And they don't need all that expensive food. They don't need to eat out every day. And do you see what I'm saying? They start to think, maybe I can provide for myself. And then everyone freaks out. Oh my God, we're in a recession. I have to tell you, I have not been afraid in this whole recession, not one bit, because I know that whatever happens, I can grow my own food. I'm going to be fine. You and I, we're going to be fine. But when it comes to the economy, like Christina said, like you said, they just want you fat. They want you to go to them. They don't want you to know how to grow your own food. They don't want you to know how to feel good. They don't want you to be inspired. They don't want you to look as beautiful as the people in the magazines while you're eating healthy foods. They want you to keep, it's all linked together, whether it's the meat industry, with the dairy industry, with the makeup industry, with the car industry. It's all together. You feel bad about yourself because of the stuff that you put in your body, and then you read magazines telling you how fat you are, confusing you with the news diet that, oh my gosh, example, Women's World magazine, here's the cover. One part says, I lost 14 pounds in 7 days. And then in the corner, see our recipe for our raspberry black forest chocolate cake. Everyone is so you don't need other people to make your food for you. You can make it at home. Yeah, it's not going to supply as many jobs, but whose life is it? The economy is low, but whose life is it? Is the economy low, or are you low? Are you really happy right now? I talked to someone on giveittomeraw.com today. His name's Charles, and he saw me on the site recently, and he's like, where have you been? And so we were talking back and forth, and I asked him how he was doing, and he said, I quit my job, I'm a bum, and I'm loving every second of it. And I'm like, that's my biggest fantasy right there. Right there. He's living the dream. You may not have a job, but you need to look at the other things that you can provide for yourself. And I'm loving every second of it. And I'm like, that's my biggest fantasy right there. Right there. He's living the dream. You may not have a job, but you need to look at the other things that you can provide for yourself. I'm totally getting off on a tangent, and there's so many things I wanted to talk about, so I might have to make this into 2 parts. To your food that you can look out for on food labels. Number 1 is TBHQ. This is a preservative that is made from petroleum. Petroleum is toxic waste. TBHQ is very similar to butane, which is lighter fluid. And TBHQ on labels will sometimes say TBHQ, like look for it on Cheez-Its. And then other times it just says preservatives to preserve freshness. And then sometimes it will say TBHQ to preserve freshness. That has been proven to cause you to be physiologically addicted to the food that has TBHQ in it. What does this mean? It means that you're coming back for more, so that you are the ideal consumer, so that the economy goes up, so that people get bonuses, so that they can go to Hawaii. TBHQ, ingesting 1 single gram can cause, I'm going to read this, I wanted to list everything for you. Ingesting 1 single gram of TBHQ can cause nausea, vomiting, ringing in the ears, delirium, sense of suffocation, and collapse. And that's BHA and BHT. And the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, has actually reviewed this, and they have deemed BHA and BHT. They took note that these 2 preservatives are carcinogenic, which means cancer-causing, and they cause tumors, just to let you know. They also noted that certain people may not metabolize BHT and BHA well, and that it may cause health and behavior changes. They weren't specific. What kind of health and behavior changes are you experiencing? Depression, anxiety, all the things that the pharmaceuticals industry would love to treat you for, but you need to do your research. And I totally applaud Christina for putting this video on here, because I don't think there's enough videos on the internet about this, at least not mainstream for people to watch. So yay! That is my rant. I'm done. I'm thankful, and good night.